How about another round for Brewsday Tuesday? Here is Huck and Big Nate.
And Kyle.
That's right. I'm here. Don't forget about me.
It's also here.
All right. I've switched the less formal wearing of a hospital gown because I'm more comfortable this way. And nobody judge me.
Oh, we'll judge you.
I picked more beers.
Well, just don't stand up. That's what he said.
Come to judge.
Yeah. By the way, still pantsless from the waist. I'm like a TV news anchor. Except for I'm not wearing underwear.
You're like a
Kyle, I will disinfect the seat.
I would
time
hope so.
for your show tomorrow.
I would hope so.
I promise.
I'm thinking that seat's beyond repair.
So I brought some things that I've been trying to pace myself and get back into drinking, and these are the beers that I've been using.
I think you shook mine up. It blew up when I popped.
I promise I didn't shake it.
Mine was fine.
That's
Kyle.
why I said I think you shook mine.
Did it spill all over the floor?
I think it's user error, Kyle.
I think it might be
I'm gonna
user
say.
error.
User error.
The pickle one was just fine.
If
Well,
we,
there's not a lot of carbonation of the
if we didn't give Kyle a hard time, he probably wouldn't feel welcome.
So
True.
I'll go first because it's all about me.
It is about you.
Sierra
It's about
Nevada's
you.
rad little thing. It's a West Coast hazy IPA.
Sierra Nevada.
East Coast haze, West Coast flavor. It's radical. And I bought it.
Radical.
It's got a skateboarder on the side of the can. And
That's radical.
someday, that's my new goal in life, which will bring me to that beer, is to be able to skateboard again. 7% ABV.
May I suggest that you couldn't skateboard before?
Well, I asked the doctor if I'd be able to play piano after all this.
I know.
But yeah, so I'm got that to look forward to. I
But-
never could play piano
I feel
before.
that. I feel that. Yep.
So eventually that's just going to show up in my skill set.
Not going to tell you all the things like ask the doctor if I could do again. Most of them I can't. Okay. We'll just leave it there.
Consent was required.
Ah.
What do you guys have over there? Because you guys have the same beer again, same shirts.
It's got
Same...
the IPA. It's three notched. Just something about the Native Americans notched the tree, three notches. And then they do the trail. But, you know, the thing about it is, it's out of Charlottesville, and I would actually walk that trail.
I did not know that.
Yep.
We've talked about three notched a bunch, and I think that's the first time you said that. What is the beer, though?
The IPA.
The future IPA.
The future. Which you are looking forward to because you're still alive. I got the feeling. I feel that.
That's exactly why I picked
It
that.
says bold, fresh flavor brewed for the pioneers who make our future possible. Your adventure awaits.
Yeah.
It also kind of fits the Florida theme we had the past couple weeks.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I mean that's where they launch all the rockets.
Well, no, they launched a lot of them out of Texas. They
Yeah.
named the town after Elon. I don't know, Musktown. That's not right. But anyway, Star City, Starlink City. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to Mars. I'm not, but y'all are.
I will not be going to Mars.
Everybody else can go.
Starbase.
Starbase.
It's a company town because that has a great track record of
Yeah, company towns
Success.
throughout history have been
That's
really
always
good.
worked out well. I mean, just to think of the largest example, Detroit's doing fantastic.
Whew. Well, they did give us Kid Rock. I'm not sure
They
that's a
got rid of him.
positive, negative.
They got rid of him before things collapsed.
He's,
They were like already done with him at that point. I think now they'd be begging him to come back.
didn't the Lions almost win a football game? I don't know.
They might have almost won a game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they did something.
Singular.
You know, there's just a lot going on. Lot
You know,
going
you
on.
can't really. The
Look at
economy.
the future on a lot of things. The economy is not a collapsing. Some
In
of us-
Detroit, when
Well,
they got
no,
rid of
but
Kid Rock,
in
yes, it
America-
was.
in America, it's not. It's okay. We're all fine.
We're going back. I know this is about the future, but we're going back to when GM collapsed and Detroit was left in ruins. And
You
All of
know,
a
we
sudden-
don't even want to go there. Yeah, you don't want to talk about that. Let's just move on. Detroit.
all right,
The future is,
but we have no listeners there
yeah.
because
So we can
of
say whatever.
their
we want.
internet bill.
But the future is, here's the future, is our health.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna, I've almost died. You almost died. Is you get to decide every day how you're gonna be, and there's setbacks to that, but that's what you got to look at. The future is every day you get in the morning and go, I'm gonna be good. I got up this morning. I was pretty good. I didn't have any muscle milk, which is a problem for me, but I went out and had a boiled egg. It was fine.
Boiled eggs way better than muscle milk.
Probably a lot of protein.
I mean,
Protein,
give me like
good.
3 boiled eggs, I'm good to go for the day.
Yeah. No, really. Been on a low carb diet now for a couple months, and you don't even get hungry. That's the good thing about it.
That's been the coolest part about this whole experience is I thought, I'm sitting in the ER. Oh my God, everything's going to change in my life. I can't do so many things I want to do. I met with my doctor and he's like, really, all you have to avoid is grapefruit. He's like,
Grapefruit.
you're healthy.
Grapefruit.
You're 34. Like this was an unprovoked blood clot, or maybe a product of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. We'll
The
find that.
Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine, which is killing people every day.
Could also potentially be a genetic blood clotting disorder.
Whatever. No, I'm going with good Johnson.
My point, my biggest point is like, my fear is like, I'm never going to eat steak again. I'm never going to eat
There's
all
no
these things I
grapefruit
do. I'm never
steak.
going to drink again. I just can't have grapefruit, which kind of sucks because I do love grapefruit. But you know what? I'm willing to take that on the chin and carry on.
I eat steak at least twice a week. I'm a steak eater.
I love a good steak.
But yeah,
Medium rare.
medium rare. My wife likes it rare. So I've gotten it down to, if you really want to know the recipe, I got it down to a science. So I'll take a steak. We like fillets, but and our budget.
Better.
What? Ribeyes? Well, we like ribeyes. We had ribeyes the other day. So you take a steak, you bring the heat up, you put equal parts of butter and olive oil. Get the grill really, it's starting to turn brown. You throw them on there 2 minutes each side. Boom, boom. You sear them, and then you turn the heat down to like 3 from 9, and like 3 minutes a side. Now, Liz likes them rare, so 3 minutes on one side, I pull hers off. 3 minutes each side for mine, it's medium rare. A little bit more to the rare side, but still medium rare.
What are you cooking it on?
A flat top grill of some nature, frying pan. I have a
Griddle.
I have a one of those Blackstones.
That's right. We've talked about this. I love my Blackstone. That's the best way to cook meat.
Yeah, but it's flat. It's not a grill. It's a
It's
fryer.
a flat top, but it's cast iron.
Yeah,
which is very.
It's actually not steel, but people think
I've actually never cooked a. Is it steel? I didn't.
It is steel. Yeah.
Well, good. I've never cooked a steak on my Blackstone. I always cook it the cast iron in the kitchen.
Yeah,
it's the best way. Like people love grill marks. Do you like grill marks?
I don't
I'm
care.
not opposed. I don't.
You know,
them.
That's unevenly cooked.
I don't. Like I said,
Those are burn marks, Kyle.
I am aware.
It's like skid marks in your underwear.
Now, that's a horrible. That's gotta. Every time I see him, I'm gonna think somebody skid marked my steak.
You need an
Thank
even sear.
you for that, my brother. Thank you.
If you're going to Applebee's and you get your steak, first of all, they're adding those grill marks. Those are
Yeah,
fake.
they're painted on.
They're there while the steak is frozen.
Could you get the skid marks off my steak, please?
Like I don't want the skid marks. Nice even sear. It should be evenly like a golden brown. It should be
There we go. You went gold
Crispy.
brown on the skid marks. There you go.
crispy on the outside, soft and tender on the inside.
Sear it.
I have a similar method. Yeah, always sear.
Sear it.
Have you done a reverse sear?
Yeah, I actually did a whole ribeye, a whole rib roast, and I reversed it. I cooked it like 250 for 4 hours. Pulled that thing out, put it on the broiler. That was delicious.
The best way to cook meat.
I've only done that once, and I'm a big culinary guy. I mean, I've ran restaurants for 25 years, so yeah, that was different for me and amazing. I'll do that again. That was Christmas this year.
Your go-to is medium rare, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. How often do you order it and get it exactly what you want if you're at a restaurant ordering steak?
I hardly ever.
You have to ask.
I've discovered the hack is to ask for it rare.
Well,
They're not going to cook it rare.
That-
They will cook it medium rare, possibly medium.
The hack is to ask them how they cook it. The waitress usually knows because people, they bitch to the waitress about it.
That's the key.
My favorite story about that, and it's not a steak, it's a hamburger. I was at the Nag's Head Brewery. What do they call it? I don't know. It's got the windmill. And I'm in there, and I'll go in. It's like kind of off season. I said, "Well, I like a hamburger." And she goes, "How would you like it done?" I said, "Medium rare." And she goes, "Well, we can't do medium rare." I said, "Then why the F did you ask?" And she goes, "Oh, well, we have to ask, but we only do a medium and well." It's like, oh,
That's a survey, is what that is.
unless unless you live here and you understand that it's okay to get it that way. I said, I live here for today. Today I live here.
Well,
And it was fine. It was really actually it was more towards rare, but still, even then, as long as the hamburger is probably, you know, probably good.
so this was the Outer Banks Brewing Station.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I did. I was like, why? You know, I hate that I have to lie sometimes to get what I want, even though I should just get it because I asked for it.
The customer's always right,
No, unless they're wrong.
except when they're wrong.
Yeah, they're wrong a lot.
I do hate that, and I feel like so many complainy people have ruined that. Karens, we'll call them Karens.
Oh,
Um,
that's-
we've now reached a point where our meat refinement, like meat processing in the States, is so good that you can now order pork chops, or you can cook the pork chops to medium,
I'm
medium
not
rare.
gonna do it,
I'm not gonna do
but
it.
I saw it.
If the meat's that safe, ground beef is the safest, or beef in general is the safest of all meats because it carries the least foodborne illness. Why can't I go order a burger? I mean, I'm not going to order a burger medium rare because I generally that's ground beef and they've usually exposed it to air. But why can't I order my steak blue rare
the air doesn't.
if I want to?
The air doesn't affect.
I'm the consumer.
It's the bacteria.
Cleanliness of the kitchen.
Yeah. So I mean, but what cracks me up?
That's what I mean is like it's exposed to the air usually. Like they got a thin layer of saran wrap that only protects so much.
So you go and you get the meat, the hamburger that's on discount, and if you know, and I do this because I'm a chef. You break it apart and you look inside. What they do, they mix it up to get the red on the outside and the brown on the inside.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm like,
It oxidizes. I mean, it's still
Right.
safe at that point.
but that's what
Unless it has
the
a
wife
rancid
and I,
smell.
Huck and I have an argument about beef. It's like, oh, it's turned brown. It's aged now. It's worth more.
It's oxidized.
It's
Yeah.
worth more. We can sell this at a
It's dry
profit.
aged.
We can make a
Exactly.
profit on
This
this.
is Wagyu.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, we aged it. It's all good. But chicken, don't age chicken. Don't age shrimp. I don't know about fish. I don't eat.
Chicken's the only meat I've ever smelled rancid, and I would never care to do that
So
again.
you throw in a little bleach. That's what they do at the grocery store. Bring it back out. It's okay. And I'm telling you, that's the truth. I'm not lying. They do. They bleach the chicken to get the smell out. But chicken, as long as you heat it up to 180 degrees, won't kill you. The salmonella
True.
dies at 180. So go to 190 just to make sure.
Pro tip, Kyle, if your chicken's a little
Yeah.
green,
You want to know about chicken? You want to know about food? I'm a food safety expert. I had to take that class about 400 times in my career
Now we had
why did they keep making you retake it?
because I've kept failing.
we had one
I
time
killed some people. Sorry, people.
we had one time in my apartment. We each in the fridge had our own drawer for our stuff. That way it didn't get mixed together. And there was for a while a smell that was coming out, and we decided to clean it out. One of the roommates had left a thawed chicken.
Jesus.
Forgot about it and piled stuff on top of it, and it got bad and stuck to the bottom of the drawer, and we had to do
That-
one of those air freshener bombs that you set in the apartment and just leave. for
Yeah.
12 hours. We had to do that to get the smell out of it.
That's the worst smell
Talk about-
on the planet.
Skills people have that nobody wants to talk about is that in all my years in the restaurant business, I can tell you what kind of meat is rotten from the smell.
Yep.
I can tell you if it's pork, lamb, beef, chicken, fish. I can tell you from the smell what it is.
I can tell you if chicken's rancid. I can tell you if eggs are spoiled. Like I said, I've never run into beef. Beef and pork don't last that long in my house, though.
No, yeah, you gotta eat that.
Chicken's usually like, yeah, I guess we're having chicken tonight. I don't love chicken. That's how it goes rancid.
But chicken loves
I
you,
don't
Nate.
feel like chicken.
Chicken loves you, Nate.
The eggs are better.
Which is better? Which came first? Oh.
It would have to be the egg. If you subscribe to the theory of evolution, which I do, the egg would have to come first because everything is an adaptation. You know, the animal that preceded the chicken was not necessarily a chicken. It was probably a dinosaur of some sort. So the egg, just through selective adaptation, much like bananas have no seeds anymore.
How do you grow
The
a
egg came
banana?
first. I don't. I hate
How?
bananas. They're terrible.
I love bananas. I eat them every day.
Bananas are good.
They're good for
I
me.
accidentally ate some banana like
They got a lot
about
of
a year ago.
potassium.
Grew up.
Potassium. Good for you.
Spinach has potassium and it's way
Good
tastier.
for your whatever ails you. Saying.
Cucumbers will also do it.
Okay. I like cucumbers. Salt.
I love cucumbers. Salt.
Yep.
We
Salt
talked
takes
about
you-
this the other week. You don't like potatoes, but
I love potatoes. I can't eat them.
where do you land on tomatoes?
I love tomatoes. A tomato sandwich with mayonnaise.
How do you feel about sloppy joes?
Oh, I love sloppy joes. I haven't had one in
Okay.
years.
Kyle, we haven't had a chance to ask Huck this
I am
question.
not surprised.
Would you ever put mayonnaise on a sloppy joe?
I would not oppose it. I never have. How's that sound?
What good reason is there to put mayonnaise on a sloppy joe?
Because mayonnaise is delicious.
Mayonnaise is
Duke-
really good, but
Duke's mayonnaise is delicious. I can't imagine it would hurt a sloppy joe. I'm
Okay,
going
first of all,
to try this.
Hellman's olive oil is the way to go with mayonnaise.
No, go away.
the other thing
This is my show. I'm going to turn your mics off.
Well, I'm telling you,
Hold on.
well, Duke's got soul,
I like
so we don't know what's
Duke
going to
good
happen.
too.
We don't know.
the other thing we're forgetting is Curtis is the one that asked us this question originally.
Yeah.
He doesn't just put mayonnaise on it. He says he smothers it in mayonnaise.
Well, no,
That's
a
where
little
we
weird.
drew the line.
Yeah.
'Cause
It's
that-
already got a sauce. You don't need more sauce.
So speaking of bananas you hate, for breakfast a lot of times I'll take a banana, slice it into little, and this annoys Liz a lot. Slice it into equal portions, and I'll put peanut butter on it, and then I'll squirt some mayonnaise on it and eat it. It's a banana peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich without the bread.
I think that's what killed Elvis.
No, it was
it doesn't sound terrible.
Well, that and years of barbiturates, but
Yeah, that drugs. But anyway, that's a breakfast I like.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
pretty soon we're going to have to show up at Huck's with sloppy joes with mayonnaise.
I'm going in. I'll take it. I'll try it.
All right, we got to get out of here. We got to rate these beers, and I noticed that Kyle has not drank hardly any of
I
his.
have been drinking. I've been listening more than I've been
It's a
drinking.
full beer. You gave us-
happens.
You gave us a
Yeah,
full
you
beer.
told us to pour the full thing.
Yeah.
I did tell you to pour the full thing. I will stand by that. What do you think of the future? Huck?
Oh man, I'm a big fan of 3 Knots. This is a 4.5. It's a very good beer, nice and smooth, not bitter, very IPA-ish. Thank you very much.
Now, I've said on Brewsday Tuesday before and Metal Mondays that I'm not a huge IPA fan. I think the fact that you've been making me drink them still, they're starting to grow on me. Like Huck, I'm going to give this one a 4.5.
Yeah, this is
You know what else grows on people? Tumors.
warts,
That's true.
tumors, but this is a good for somebody who doesn't like IPAs. This is a beer you suggest, like a 2-hearted ale or a 60-minute dogfish. This is a good smooth IPA. People who don't like IPAs will like this beer.
I agree. That one, honestly, I picked it because of the name for today, but it has been a
I know.
staple in
This
my
is a new
wheelhouse for
beer
a
for me.
while. I like the label. I always, for the most part, like what 3 Nuts is doing. There's been a couple exceptions, but we won't dog them too much. Sierra Nevada's Rad Little Thing is exactly that. It is rad.
That's good river beer.
West Coast Hazy IPA, which seems redundant. No, not redundant. Oxymoronical.
Excuse me.
That being said, hey, congrats.
It's a hiccup. Single hiccup.
It's delicious. 7% ABV. It's an easy drinker. It's perfect if you're going to hit up the river or the ER. I will give it a 4.75.
The hiccups there.
We'll be back again next week. I'm going to go give Huck CPR.
Going
Thanks,
down.
Kyle. Thanks, Huck.
Going down. Damn.